hold on. Sherry?
Are we actually allowed to give them a hug, or is that?
I can't answer that. Janie?
I think if somebody asks you, I wouldn't initiate a hug with people unless you are invited to, but I think we're human, and so, I've hugged, yes. I've hugged, yes.
I know, it almost feels wrong if they're reaching out to
Yeah.
hug you, for
Some
you to go,
people hate
Hey, no,
physical
no, can't touch
proximity.
Well,
That's
there's the
just dumb.
social worker A hug too.
Yeah.
There's
There's the social worker A hug where you hug, with your, more with your head and you stick your rear end out.
But nothing awkward, yeah.
With me, that's never a problem.
But there's also the hug invite. So be aware of a hug invite. So if someone comes to you and they're inviting and you're going to respond with an invite back, then you can be those are nonverbal cues. If you're going to say, "Oh, do you need a hug?" That's a nonverbal question, and then they can respond to that question. Okay. Okay, so show compassion and love for others. Be kind and respectful. Watch out for one another. So this one is about each other as coworkers, and paying attention if someone is really busy. Lend them a hand. Ask them if they need help. Create a soft landing spot for families. Celebrate diversity. Make volunteers feel welcome, informed, and appreciated. We have more. Stay positive. Focus on keeping existing donors and volunteers rather than securing new ones. So like Carrie was talking about, it's a lot easier to keep donors, volunteers, and staff that we already have than to find new ones and develop that relationship. Every call is important. Take time to listen. You can never say thank you too many times. Remember that our donors make this all possible. There's more. Help volunteers feel that their work is meaningful and their time well spent. Ask questions, get to know the donor, guest, or volunteer. Follow through and own requests to make sure needs are met.
We gotta give kudos to Grant. He does that.
So when somebody calls,
A lot of folks do that, but he'll run all the way up to the development.
there's a phone call. It's on Park 1. Who does it go to? And it's really great.
Awesome.
Right, but instead of sending somebody into the abyss, or, I don't know if they're here, let me transfer you, or whatever, he owns that from start to finish, which makes people feel heard, or
Important
important
their
enough
call is
that
important.
somebody's making sure they got connected to where they wanted to go.
Take the time to get to know names. Be grateful of every gift, no matter the size. Appreciate the chaos surrounding events. So gala and home for the holidays. Be patient. Keep accurate records and spell names correctly. So this is all of us in, okay, we're almost done. Well, okay, I can't help you out of your vocabulary. And we also had talked about taking no out of your vocabulary. So if somebody comes to the front desk and they have a request, instead of saying, no, Lauren's not here, we don't need any more dinner groups, our week is full, figure it out, give some options, talk about some other opportunities and own it that way. Be nice. Okay.
So, examples of great people stewardship. We actually have two. We had a past guest, Sherry Meeks, and she and her family stayed here, and they had such a great experience. She called and she said, I want to do something. I want to give back. I don't have a lot of money personally, but is there a way I can raise money? What can I do? So I told her about the Grateful Guest program. She signed up, and she's raised over $2,500 from her friends, her families, or her co-workers or community, so that she could adopt a room for a year in honor of her son. And so that's just an example of that she and her family received really great stewardship from all of you during their time spent here. And then another example was through our Adopt a Meal program. a donor, Sorensen Legacy Foundation, has been giving us very large gifts. They give us between $50,000 and $75,000 a year, and it is because one of the trustees on their board comes with an Adopt-A-Meal group. We don't know who she is. She's what comes with another group, and so we only know the group by the group name. We don't even know who that is. But so she comes anonymously, but she has such a great experience. She's treated so well and loves the mission and everything we do. She leaves here feeling so good. So when the board meets and looks at our grant request, she says we're giving them money and we're giving them a lot. And it's because of great stewardship from all of you. So these are just two of many examples of great stewardship and the results that come from that.
Now, what does stewardship mean to each of us in terms of reputation? What do you guys think?
How can we be good stewards of our reputation?
Be responsible on social media.
Responsible on social media. You need to be on our social media ad hoc committee. Okay.
Be careful when you're driving the shuttle so you don't get in a wreck and then it's on the news.
Good job. That's a good one.
Right?
I'm always afraid of that.
Don't cut anyone off because they'll think you're a jerk and
Especially
they'll look at the
in
logo.
the vehicle with our logo on it. What else? What else can we do to be good stewards?
Don't be afraid to share positive experiences and positive results. And of course, nothing specific. You don't want to divulge private information, but just talking about your own experience and what you get out of working, and just be okay with talking about that with friends, with family, with strangers, with whoever. Well, what does the Ronald McDonald House do? Oh, we have such an amazing mission, and we accomplish so many good things for people. Let me tell you about it.
What about if we're out and about in the community and we're just so mad that day and we're just talking out loud? Oh my gosh, I was so mad. I hate the Ronald McDonald House. I had a bad day today.
It's not good.
Change your story.
Change your story. Right.
One thing that, so if you guys can come to me as I check out and they say, oh, it must be really horrible to work here because you're going through all these awful times, and it's like, well, I see a lot more good stories. So rather than them seeing as, I mean, yes, we're here to help them out, but if we can change their perspective on like good, happy memories versus the sad things that happen, then they'll attribute their future to that. I mean, our brand with helping people versus experiencing bad times or
Exactly. It's positive.
That's really good.
Excellent. All right, so here are some things that we were able to come up with. Protect the reputation by speaking highly of our work. Be thoughtful in what we communicate. Be the heart of the home. Remember that you represent RMHC wherever you are. Remember that we are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen.
Which is about making judgments, I think, or that's what it is.
Our
about me,
stories,
is
not
that
creating
It's about our
them.
stories, where you see someone doing something where they look a certain way, they have whatever physical attributes, and we filter that by attributing something to them, and so that is about remembering that
That
we don't always know.
Treat
people's
them
journeys
like
by the way
they are a
live.
lady or a gentleman, and we behave like a lady and a gentleman at all times. Take pride in what we do because it matters to the mission, and to love the mission. Okay, Liza?
Okay, so this is a story of the great results from having a good reputation that precedes us. And Mike, please chime in during this story if you would like to. So for our example, we chose Melissa Tarafa, who called us up. She had never been to the Ronald McDonald House. She doesn't live in Utah. She lives in Santa Barbara. But her daughter had spent some time in the area, and they really wanted to give back to a Utah charity. And she had heard about the Ronald McDonald House somehow, some way, and through that reputation decided that she wanted to make her holiday donation to us. She called, she got connected to Mike. Mike directed her to our website wish list, where she proceeded to buy everything on our Amazon wish list, which was over $40,000 worth of in-kind donations that we needed for the new wing.
She completely bought out our Amazon wish list.
So that's a great example of how our reputation in the community, our word of mouth, preceded us and led to that donation.
No money, no mission. If we don't have the money, we just can't keep the doors open. It's that simple. And it's only because organizations, foundations, and individuals choose to invest in our mission that we are able to pay, for us to all get paid, to serve the families and fill our house with the programming and supplies. In other words, through this funding, we can keep our doors open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
And also, it's easier to keep a relationship than to make a new one. Once someone walks through our doors, whether they are a guest, a volunteer, or a donor, we have a chance to show them the great work that we are doing, each of us. And this opportunity has more impact than any grant, any phone call, any fundraising request we can make, because they can see firsthand what their investment, what their support can do in the community that we serve.
But more money means more mission. So the better we manage and care for or steward our facility, our people, and our reputation, the more funding we will receive, which means the more we can grow the reach and the impact of our mission.